there for the empty net goal for Frost. And again, look at the score sheet. We talked about it prior about this team and who led the way from 2-2 deficits in that Carolina game. It was that young core of players. And in this game, how about this? Multi-point game, 2 assists for Noah Cates. Baby Coots. Joel Farabee, 1-1, another 2-point game. Tyson Forster, in what is 4th or 5th NHL game, 2 apples. Morgan Frost, 1-1. Scott Lawton had a goal. Brendan Lemieux had a point as well. Provorov had a goal. And another young-ish guy, Travis Sanheim, has 2 goals. This is exactly why you do not want a team to intentionally lose, because young players have too much to gain.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, this is going to be another 12 games or so here where you're setting the stage for the future, and who's staying, who's going, who's going to be used in what circumstances come training camp, and it's not just throwaway hockey. It's actually not even all about wins and losses. It's just about let's go out there and see what happens. I think at some point here in the next couple of weeks, you're going to see Owen Tippett on the left side a little bit. He's backed up right now, so trying to just keep him comfortable. But
so much from the right side,
which is exactly why somebody to move to the left.
Yeah, he did earlier this season a little bit. And he didn't look at plays.
Yeah, so we're going to start tinkering with some things and messing around with some stuff. And I don't know what the final shots were at the end of the game, but they've come out to 44 now. So that's a 41 save night for Carter. And
shocking.
Another win with extremely high amount of
932 saves.
Yeah, I mean that's where he's the best, and you're going to have even when the games do mean something, even when the team's a little more established, you're going to have nights like this where you get doubled up in shots, and even the shot attempts were just through the roof. I mean, it was 44 shots on goal and another 40 not. So 84 shot attempts for Florida tonight to what we got here, 24 and 15, so 39 for the Fly, 84 to 39.
Yeah,
the shot attempts.
Well, go back to Friday too.
Every now and then.
Yeah. I mean, go back to remember the end of the Buffalo game. We were going, Flyers got outshot 38-21. They won the game 5-2. Yeah. Explain hockey to me.
Every now and then you're going to need your goalie to do that sort of thing.
Yep.
The games are meaningful, and obviously they've got that part of it spurred.
Yeah. I mean, Florida outshoots the Flyers by 20 tonight, 44-24. Flyers win the game 6-3. I mean, you know how I preach it all the time. It is not about quantity. Right. It is all about quality.
Yeah.
Florida did have some quality. I mean, the pad save, the right pad save that Hart made on Verhaeghe in the third, fuck. Like that was legit. Like the explosion off the left leg to come across and make that was a big save because they're within 2 at that point. Yeah. And he comes across and robs a good player for Verhaeghe and makes a huge save. So that's a big moment.
That's that momentum thing, right?
Yep.
The Panthers had just scored. They pulled Alex Lyon with 7.5 minutes left to get a 2-man advantage, and they capitalized on it. So now it's like, what's going on? That puck goes in, it's a different game.
Yep.
But
you're sweating it out.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of explain hockey to me,
mm-hmm.
Columbus 7, Capitals 6 overtime.
Kidding me? 13 combined goals. Who was playing net in that game? Me against me? It was the Jason Martinez show there tonight.
So that's fun. But I'm trying to get to a heat map here, and there it is. I mean, the Florida side of the ice is almost not white. Yeah. I mean, and what I mean by that is every time there's a shot generated, there's a little blotch of color that gets dropped on an otherwise white surface of ice, and there's not a whole lot of it for Florida available.
Look how many of their shots just came from the outside.
And
everything's from the outside.
And you have the same kind. I have a different map up, but look at it's for me. It's the left. For you, it's the right. It's very heavily concentrated to one side of the ice. Yeah. So that's an interesting look.
But the Flyers, I mean, the expected goals model in this game, the Flyers at 3.5 expected goals. That's a long game. I'm looking at an old game. What am I doing? Let's look at the right game there, Jason. Let's get your head on straight here. What's the matter with you? Okay, so Flyers 4.26 expected goals to 4.91. Oh, that's a little different. Yeah. Look at mine now. That's a little different.
Yep, there we go.
Yeah, that makes more sense to me. All right. I was going, there had to be more dots on that board than that. Let's get to the BetRivers.com highlight reel. Let's start with, first of all, opening the scoring was Matthew Tkachuk right away, minute 15 into the game. Flyers didn't sulk, though. They didn't get down.
It seemed like it was going to be a long night at that point.
Oh, and that play was unbelievable.
I hadn't even gotten to my seat yet.
Yeah. And Tkachuk opened the scoring at 1:15, but 4:43. How about Farabee? He scores Friday, he scores Saturday, and he scores tonight to open the scoring at 4:43. His 12th of the season.
Good opportunity by Owen.
Just Flyer goals.
And he goes down. The Flyers keep it into the line. Into the high slot. Nice pass. To Kate for the jump. He scores! Farabee was out in front waving at him. And Alex Lyon never saw this. And even strength, the Flyers get the game tied on Joel Farabee's third goal of the last 3 games.
Yeah, it's Farabee's 3rd and 3, and Noah Cates picks up an assist, as does Igor Zamula, the freshly called up Flyers defenseman. Makes a nice play here as well. Ties the score at 1, end the first period with it tied at 1. Let's pick it up in the second. The Flyers grab the lead at 8:42. How about Travis Sanheim picking up his 6th of the season?
Morgan Frost stripped to the puck. And a covered attempt. Franco Kunis had a chance to get it out. Runs into Brendan Lemieux. He took it away to the man in front. And in the Sanheim with a shot. He scores! And Brendan Lemieux makes it happen. He takes it away from Kunis. That's from Sanheim in front for his 6th of the year. It's 2-1 Flyers.
How about a couple of the setups that Brendan Lemieux has? He had one to Frost a couple of games ago. Then he's got this beauty, cross ice, to Travis Sanheim. Another great pass.
It really is. Again, the Cubs here in a situation where the Flyers weren't even necessarily looking to bring him in, and it doesn't sound like they're gonna be entertaining signing him a whole lot. But every time it seems like that's the case, he seems to make the case that, hey, look at that. So I guess you never know. Maybe you have to see how things shake out, but you could do worse than having him as a 13th forward or something like that. I mean, it's certainly, he's going to play like this. It's certainly maybe an option. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I think you got to look at what Tortsky's talking about. Subtraction before addition.
Yeah, exactly.
Depending how much you subtract.
And then you don't know.
It's not going to cost you a lot.
You don't know who you're going to be able to add either.
Yeah. You're not adding big money.
There's some names out there. They're looking for guys who can, kill penalties and be tough to play against. So, you never know.
Yeah, and they never know what's right. Flyers grabbed the 2-1 lead. Brandon Montour then gets the game tied at 2 at 14-17. But Tony DeAngelo takes a pass from Igor Zamula, and then he just wires a stretch pass to Scott Lawton, who gives the Flyers the 3-2 lead at 16:54, his 16th.
Zamula takes off a lot of space. He's got quite a wingspan. Lead pass behind the defense wall. Backhand, forehand, backhand. He scores! Scott Lawton had all the time in the world and beats Alex Lyon on the backhand. His 16th of the year, and the Flyers regain the lead at 3-2.
Great pass from DeAngelo. This starts a surge for the Flyers. So there's 3:06 left when Lawton gets that goal, Brian.
Was he still stick handling when he came in to talk to you?
He put a move on me as well, and went 5-hole. So Lawton at 3:06 left in the period gets that goal. Then at 1:55 of the period, here's Travis Sanheim, 2nd of the game, his 7th of the season.
Here's Cates carrying back in. Ran out of real estate. It's got in too deep. Ryan lost his stick. They score! Jim Free and in by Travis Sanheim. And Sanheim's going to get his 2nd goal of the game after Alex Lyon lost his stick. And Sanheim able to squeeze it between his pads for a 2-goal Flyer lead.
And the 2nd point of the game there. 2nd goal for Sanheim, 2nd assist for Cates, and a goal and assist at that point for Farabee. And the Flyers now have a 4-2 lead. Then at 18:55, 50 seconds later, let's wrap up the period scoring when Ivan Provorov picks up his 5th of the season to give the Flyers the 5-2 lead.
Well, attempted to the line, but not out of the zone. Now they give it up to Morgan Frost. Frost on the right wing half wall. Back in front. They got to make room. That Provorov. He scores! Ivan Provorov goes back here and tucks it around Alex Lyon. And the Flyers with 3. make it 4 second period goals. Now lead it 5-2.
Yeah, Pro Ross 5th, and that is assisted by Tyson Forster, who makes a tremendous pass back door. Morgan Frost picks up the apple there as well. 5-2 Flyers.
It's good period when you can't count how many goals you scored in it.
I mean, 4.
It's good. It's a good frame.
Yeah. I mean, with 3:06 left, I mean, before Lawton scores, you've got a tie game, and then they grab it with 3 minutes left, and now they've got a 5-2 lead going into the third. Mm-hmm. Reinhardt picks up the power play goal, with a second left on the power play to make it 5-3. They pulled the goaltender there as well, so they have a 2-man advantage, a 6-on-4. And then at 17:59, let's wrap up the scoring and wrap up the BetRivers.com highlight reel. The empty netter from Morgan Frost is 14.
Moves Arena to the blue line. Gustav Forsling headed by Forster. The Flyers go down the ice with an empty net. Here comes Morgan Frost, and he scores into the empty goal ice. And Morgan Frost has his 14th goal of the season. That should give the Flyers the breathing room they need now with a 6-3 lead.
And they get the 6-3 lead, and that's how we finish it. Flyers win the face-off battle again by the slimmest of margins, 29-28. We're starting to see them getting better in that element of the game as well. If you get Couturier back, you're going to be a pretty good face-off team all of a sudden.
And not for nothing, but he's on the ice now for practice.
Helping.
And guys are facing off against him.
He was working with Cates the other day after practice.
Yeah. I mean, you got to remember, Noah Cates was not a center.
Nope.
So he's got to learn all that stuff. So, yeah, I mean, it can't hurt. And also not Igor Zagula. Had 2 assists in his whole career.
Doubles his point total.
Doubles that point total. I can't wait to see. I mean, again, we're really early. He's got to develop all that. He develops. He's here for a long time. I can't wait to see the documentary on how he was discovered and pulled out of nowhere. I mean, he was a free agent. Flyers didn't have to draft him. He went undrafted. Flyers pick him up. And then, they kind of shocked the world a little bit by taking him to the bubble.
Yeah.
When you could only take a certain number of players,
25 players.
Yeah, something like that. They used the spot on him so he could experience that. We'll see where he goes. But, to this point, it's a bit of a certain story.
No doubt about it. Let's take a timeout here on the postgame show. We'll be back after this on the BetRivers.com Flyers Broadcast Network.
You're listening to the Flyers postgame show.
Hey, it's Cuz. There's no better way to kick off spring than by saving big when you're new to Nissan. That's right. We have an extensive selection of new and pre.
Same exact thing as the Rangers game, except with none of the Rangers.
And process.
Yeah.
Design isn't black and white. Let us find your gray space. Visit us at grayspaceinteriors.com.
What if you could get health care at home? What if one
But you won't hear
mRNA
about
discovery could cure multiple diseases? What if we could cure more
Just the
cancer?
same way you won't hear about how
Treatment
Luca
so
Brosi's son
personal,
pushed a
they're
wheelchair
invented
down
for
the
you
stairs
alone.
in a bar.
At Penn Medicine, our history of finding answers
Yeah.
comes from our courage to ask big questions.
Doesn't matter what Luke Caprosi's
Penn
son
Medicine,
did or whatever.
turning what if into
I looked
what's
it up.
next.
How much time, Mike?
All
right.
My name is
So there's
Brian-
nobody on after the
Brian
game?
Maiden to many, dad to a few. I was driving from Richmond to my house in Louisville, Virginia, and my engine oil light came on. I grabbed the antifreeze and started pouring it into the engine. And I knew
Signing
as
off.
soon as I started doing it, so I had to call AAA.
Remember
I know
that?
enough to know what I don't know. And I don't
Concept
know
of
a lot
signing
about
off.
cars.
Yeah.
I used to have to turn our college station on and off over the
Fast,
phone.
reliable speeds
Low
at home
power
and
mode.
on the go with internet and mobile from Xfinity.
Play the
Switch to
anthem.
Xfinity internet with unlimited data.
I never had to
internet,
turn
so
a
you can do
commercial
more of
station
what you
off,
love
but I did
online.
have to walk to the
With
back
deals
and change the
including
pattern
2-year
on
guarantee and no
WDL.
annual contract required.
Push a
It's
button.
free. Plus, when you add Xfinity Mobile, you'll get connected to the fastest mobile service, and you'll get major savings. Go to Xfinity.com/faster, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store
Busy.
to learn more. Restrictions apply.
Yeah.
Xfinity Mobile requires Xfinity Internet.
Your home for Philadelphia Flyers hockey. 97.5 The Fanatic.
WP in Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station.
All right, there is his post-game show. It's Brian Smith, Jason Martinez. Flyers get a 6-3 win over the Florida Panthers tonight. So on the homestand so far, they win game one, or they lose game one, against Vegas, 5-3. They win game two, 5-2 against Buffalo. They lose 5-4 in overtime against Carolina, and they win 6-3 tonight. So what does that mean for Thursday? Is that an OTL Thursday?
Yeah, I'm not even thinking so much about the results. What is that? 5-5-4-6? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Goals? That's 20 goals. I like that.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing I'd like to see keep up. That's
5-5-4-6.
that's 5 goal game. Right?
Yeah.
I don't. I
They were averaging one.
I was told there'd be no math, but
Mhm.
that's a that's an improvement.
15 games prior to that, Brian, they had what's it called? 1.8 goals per game in their prior 15 games.
I mean, yeah, there was one goal in that stretch, or one game in that stretch where they scored more than two.
Yeah.
If we discount
Detroit.
empty netters, it was the old Calgary one.
Oh,
Detroit,
Calgary, yeah.
Detroit had the empty netters, so
Correct.
there were 3 goals in that game. But yeah, I mean, it was you're just watching like again. I think I mentioned it earlier. That Coates's corner where he pulled the plexiglass behind Robert
Mhm.
Esch, that's what it felt like. He just could not get a puck over the line. It was staggering. So, but like you said, these things come and go. The ebbs and flows of a season, and right now it's flowing.
So Thursday it will be Minnesota. Saturday will be Detroit. And
36, 36, 36, 36,
yeah,
30.
weird time
I
on Thursday.
don't know why, but show up at 6:30.
Yep, that's it. It'll be an earlier puck drop. We'll be on at 6:00 for Minnesota Thursday, and then Detroit on Saturday at 1, and then a week from today it'll be Montreal on the 28th to wrap up home. So that's the deal. And we wrap it up there. So let's thank a few people before we get out of here. Let's start with our on-site engineer, Betsy Deming. Great job by her. Our in-studio engineer was Mike Vito. And I hope that our audio engineer and highlights, Matt Menard, got paid by the goal tonight, because he's going to be rolling in it. Take Thursday off. And Amanda and her crew here at the East Food Hall as well. For Tim Saunders, Steve Coates, Brian Smith, I'm Jason Martinez. You've been listening to Philadelphia Flyers Hockey, a 6-3 win over the Florida Panthers on the BetRivers.com Flyers Broadcast Network. Good night, everybody.